What is up, my friends? Gary Gilgan here with the Daily Crypto. Today is September 5th, 2017. Man, market has recovered a little bit after the crazy news yesterday out of China. China banning, China making ICOs illegal in the country of China for the Chinese people. Man, the market just took a straight beating yesterday. NEO down over 30% yesterday, making a comeback. I saw it hit as low as $17 yesterday. Let's actually pull that up and see if we can get some more accurate. We had devastating news as far as, so right there. Coin market cap, it's saying about 18. I thought I saw it hit 17. But down from $50 just 2 weeks ago. Down now over 50% from its high. So very interesting. But definitely coming back online, guys. But is the storm over? That's the real question. Is the storm over? Crazy things going on in Idaho where I live. Man, just earthquakes for the past 3 days. Non-stop. Look at all these earthquakes. Earthquake swarm continues to shake southeast Idaho. Just, man, dozens, tons of earthquakes. What is going on ever since that eclipse 2 weeks ago? A lot of crazy stuff's been going on. We had Hurricane Harvey. Man, look at this. Just my heart goes out to these people that were hit by Hurricane Harvey. I don't know why my browser. Oh, man, just sad stuff. Just people really affected. I actually have a friend that lives in Corpus Christi. I haven't been able to get in touch with her. Been actually about a year since I talked to her last, but man, I just hope that she's all right. Like, there's a lot of crazy things happening. Look at this, just total devastation. Buildings wiped out. People's lives torn to shreds in a matter of weeks. Just crazy stuff. Talking about people that don't have flood insurance, people that weren't prepared, just getting beat. And then we got right on the other end, got another hurricane coming. Some are saying the strongest hurricane, strongest tropical storm in history, Hurricane Irma. Man, I mean, this is just devastating stuff going on around the planet. Also, there's some flooding going on in India. Let's see what's going on. Man, floods in drought season. World is shifting big time. Energy shifting big time. Wow. Crazy stuff going on. But still, a big thing in the news is this whole, the Chinese regulation. This story is saying that the Chinese government intends to further regulate the crypto economy, according to reports from Yakai, the Chinese financial news agency. The report indicates that the government has only just begun to regulate cryptocurrencies and ICOs after Monday's ban on ICOs. The news of the ban left many ICO companies seeking to return money to investors in order to remain government compliant. Many ICOs canceled, with some continued unfazed. The announcement cited sources close to financial decision makers within the government who indicated that the ban was just the tip of the proverbial iceberg regarding regulations on cryptocurrencies and their spin-offs. Markets recoil. The cryptocurrency markets responded to the news rapidly, with huge sell-offs in Ethereum down 15% on the week and other coins linked to ICOs. Chinese cryptos also lost value, with NEO dropping as much as 30% on huge volumes. Other countries have also promised increased regulation. South Korea recently stated its intention to regulate the cryptocurrency industry and may also move to ban ICOs. So China, South Korea, these are huge markets in the crypto space. The news only compounds the questions regarding cryptocurrency values and stability given their lack of government sponsorship and approval. There was another story, though, was in this one, where it's talking about that's the key fundamental of crypto is decentralization. So how would the Chinese government even know that the citizens were investing in ICOs? And if a Chinese company wants to issue an ICO, all they have to do is issue it in a country that supports cryptocurrency. So I don't think we're out of the water. I think that the cryptocurrency space is highly manipulated by news and by media. And so over the past about 6 weeks, the cryptocurrency market as a whole has grown almost $100 billion. So that's a lot of new money coming into the space. And then you've got a lot of whales that as soon as they see a trigger, they see fear, then they can use that to set off a sell-off. So they sell, as soon as that news comes out, sells out huge positions in the market, dropping the market. The newbies think that the sky is falling. They sell off. That brings the price further down. Then the whales just come back in and gain an even greater position in the market. So I don't think we're out of the water yet. I think that it's going to climb a little bit, maybe drop back down a little bit. We'll see, though. No one has a crystal ball. But another news story that I thought was really interesting this morning was EOS ICO bans Chinese investors in response to the PBOC squeeze. So very interesting. So EOS ICO prohibits Chinese investors following the ban. The announcement, which Block One posted on Steemit, is a direct response to a report that the People's Bank of China has declared ICOs illegal and has ordered groups who have already completed crowd sales to return funds to investors. That is a huge blow to a company. From now on, Block.one explicitly bars residents and citizens of China from contributing to the EOS ICO, which raised $185 million during its initial phase in June and will continue until June 1st, 2018. Chinese persons are strictly prohibited and restricted from using the EOS smart contract and or purchasing EOS tokens. If a Chinese person uses the EOS smart contract and or purchases EOS tokens, such person has done so and entered into the EOS token purchase agreement on an unlawful, unauthorized, and fraudulent basis, and such agreement will be null and void. So that's a big statement, bold statement. But what happens? EOS price falls 24%. China's ICO ban pummeled the crypto markets, but EOS was one of the coins hit the hardest. In the past day, the EOS price fell from $1.24 to a present value of 93 cents. Just straight getting beat up. Some of these projects are recovering, we're seeing today. EOS, not one of them. Falling to position 28 at 80 cents, down 5% on the 24-hour. Market cap just above 300,000. Volume just above 30 million. So that's a big hit, a big hit for EOS. After a lot of this news, this is going to be big. We'll see how the market is going to respond, the solutions that we're going to find to these challenges, because this is the only bullet they have in their gun, is to try to regulate crypto. But it's not going to work. It's not going to work because of the power of decentralization. They have and anonymity. So more and more, in fact, I just saw, I believe it was more anonymity. There are more and more programs, tokens, cryptocurrencies, projects that are coming out that are creating more and more anonymity. So these governments, they won't even know who bought the ICO. We will find ways around this, but this, never before has there been a market that has been so susceptible to news and to media, and that the cryptocurrency market is literally the best example of the networking effect. Yesterday was a great example of that. Early July was a great example of that. That's how this market works. It's the networking effect. If there's bad news and the whales sell off, boom, it drops the price down. All the people who are not traders, people who are emotionally attached to the investment, sell off out of panic, dropping the price further down, and then smart money comes back in, just gobbles it back up, just for deepening their position in the market. So the key here, guys, is that long-term Bitcoin price, as the dollar continues to inflate, as we hit into hyperinflation, as the masses are educated more on cryptocurrency, this price, $1 million. $1 million per Bitcoin. I could see Ethereum doing $1 million. I mean, it's all relative. As the dollar crashes and crypto continues to rise in value, because that's what it really is value. Look at this, one Bitcoin costs $20 or $4,200. That means that those dollars are worthless, because it takes 4,200 pieces of paper to buy one strip of code. One strip of code. Most people have no idea how the underlying technology of Bitcoin works. All they see is the monetary value. And they're seeing that this is a better store of value, and that people are naturally putting energy into this space. So they're going to continue to throw those dollars away as they become more and more worthless, and the price is going to continue to jump. It's going to continue to rise. Some of these projects are going to go to zero, but many of them are going to go to thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, billions, and trillions. I mean, let me pull up a picture to give you an example of what I'm talking about. This has not happened before. This is, this has happened before. This is not new. What is going on the planet is not new. There's always been natural disasters. There's always been wars. And there's always been economic cycles and empirical cycles. The American empire is going down. So let's look at the Zimbabwe $1 trillion bill. It's as easy to print a $1 trillion bill as it is to print a $1 bill. In fact, with the war on dollar, the war on the dollar, trying to get rid of cash, make us a cashless society, then it's just digits. It's digits through these big, huge banking corporations that they have access to and that they can manipulate. They can shut your account down at any time. Look at this. Look at this guy. Stacks of cash to buy a loaf of bread. It's just around the corner. Man, the pressure is getting stronger and stronger, hotter and hotter. And so many people do not see the writing on the wall. Look at this starving billionaire. So get in. Get in. One last thing I want to look at before I let you go is let's see. Top Bitcoin countries. where the technology is spreading fastest. Estonia, these are most friendly. Denmark, Sweden, South Korea, the Netherlands, Finland, Canada, UK, Australia. Australia's big, just saw where they're really moving forward. It's just killing it, crushing it. But I would say the ones that are taking it on the most, growing it the fastest, are countries like Zimbabwe, where they're looking for the residents are looking for something to put their value in. They're still working, they still have to eat, they still have to provide energy for their families. So they're looking for places to store their value. And Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, there's nothing better. So you're going to see more and more. Just hold on for dear life. Continue. If you have cash, I'm telling you, you start looking, start preparing. It's getting closer and closer every day to go in to its intrinsic value of zero.